What's up, y'all? I am JJ. I am your host. Episode 17 of our podcast is finally up and running. I'm super excited to be here because this is our first video podcast version. So I'll be plastering this bad boy on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on LinkedIn as well. So for those of you who are, often listening to a podcast, you can actually now watch it. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. And I'm excited to do this. So episode 17 is going to be about how to create kick-ass headlines that convert. And a lot of people don't know how to do this. Henceforth, why I'm going to be explaining this and showing you how you could use this for yourself. Okay, so headlines are just as important as your copy. A lot of people know how to write copy, but have a struggling time or trying to figure out how to write effective headlines that will disrupt the potential prospect on Facebook and want to use your services, okay? Did you know that 85% of your click-through rate is reliant on your headline? And that's something I learned from my mentors that I learned from, okay? Of course, there are other factors that are just as important that make your ad work really well, such as your ad copy, the video or image that you use is really important as well as the targeting, because you need to make sure that you're targeting your ideal audience, okay? So in today's episode, I'm going to give you some tips that will help you create headlines that will convert. So 4 ninja tactics to create awesome headlines that convert. Make it about them and not yourself. The most magical headline is something that has self-interest. People care about what's in it for them. One of the biggest issues that I find a lot of marketers and even, mortgage professionals is that they create headlines that's about me. Look what I've done. Look how I can do this and that. What you should be really doing is switching the word I and switch it to the word your or you, what I can do for you. What people care about is how you can help them and help them out. And if you could use it from that angle, I promise you miracles will happen and you'll have a headline and a high click-through rate that are getting people who are interested and that will be able to use your services, okay? But in order to do that, it's all about understanding your audience and getting into their heads and understand what their thoughts are, okay? Number 2 is one of my favorite ones and may even be the best one. I'm not sure, but all these are equally just as good. But this is almost kind of a hack, creating curiosity. And what I mean by that, crafting a headline into a question works extremely well, but this will only work if you understand your audience and understanding their thoughts. So here's how to know when you should be using a headline that is a question, okay? If you find yourself jumbling or, switching words around or trying to create the perfect headline, but you just don't know how to go about it, then that probably is the reason why you should create a headline that is framed into a question. Sometimes even writing out a statement as a headline and just adding a question mark works just as well. And that's been successful for me, for some of my campaigns, for some of my clients' campaigns as well, okay? Number 3 is one of my favorite ones, is using major events. This one is a big one and works really well if applied correctly, okay? You could use something right now that's going on during the news, then that would work as well, okay? So for example, if you watch the Super Bowl, and here's a perfect example. If you watch the Super Bowl, remember when the Super Bowl, during halftime, the lights shut off? And everyone was making memes about it and jokes about it. Well, Oreo came out with a commercial, and it was an ad. I think it might have been on Facebook. It might have even been a TV commercial as well, where they said that you could still dunk in the dark. If you don't remember that, or if you're not a football fan, you should look up that commercial on YouTube. It says, Oreo, you can still dunk in the dark. That ad itself went viral like crazy. They got a ton of likes, a ton of engagement, and probably increased the revenue as well. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people bought Oreos during the weekend or whatever. So that is one way you could use current events to that will apply. You got to make sure it applies to your brand as well, to your business. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be global news. It could be local news or even niche-related news as well, and it should work really well. So something that's happening, in the mortgage industry, like, for example, it is now 2018, and right now what's going on is for refis, it's really tough, and inventory is really low, and interest rates are rocketing right now for refis. So, maybe you could use something like that along those lines, something that's current event, and use a headline like that to apply to your business. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so number 4, using specific words that resembles to an easy way out. Okay, so using words such as, like, you might see this a lot on, Facebook. You might think that those don't convert as well, but they still do really well. So using words like cheat sheet, hacks, or how to, or swipe files, etc., to get instant attention to your ad, whether it is Facebook or a Facebook ad or a blog post or even an email list, using words that work well and can give you a high click-through rate, because people are always looking for the easy way out. Okay, so using those type of words will get you a high click-through rate. It's like people like hacks, secrets, little tips like that. For like example, look at our headline. 4 ninja tactics to create awesome headlines that convert. That's an easy way out. So ninja tactics to create. So 4 ninja tactics. That itself right there is a way that is kind of like a cheat sheet formula. Okay. So using something like that. So if you find yourself kind of struggling with creating a headline, this could be an easy way out to get a lot of clicks onto your landing page. Okay. Important note though, I want to let you guys know that this is super important. Make sure that you don't use all the headlines at the same time, because it won't be effective. What you want to do is you want to test each of these headlines separately to see what works best for you. And then once you're done with that, then you could scale and create more headlines that are relatable to one of these 4 tactics that you will be using today. Okay, so you know what, I challenge you guys over the next month or week or whatever it is to begin writing headlines using one of these 4 tactics, and test it out into your audience, whether you're running an ad for yourself or for a client. Test that out and see what happens, and then if you get good results, let me know. Comment below if you have any questions. Let me know. All right, so that's our podcast. If it's your first time, I just want to say welcome. Thank you so much. I have a gift for you guys. If you go to uriahmarketing.com, I want you guys to download your free ebook. So I created an ebook for you guys where you could download it, and what you'll learn is how to get consistent quality leads on demand. I show you everything from the fundamentals of Facebook, so you can get your head start over your competitors, how to target home buyers, how to write proper ad copy, and there's so much more information that's in that ebook that can help you out. Another gift I want to give you guys is, I would like to schedule a free 15-minute strategy call with JJ. And I can promise you that there won't be any selling on this call at all. So I believe in proving my value in advance. So this call has no pitches and no selling. And we will talk about how we can help transform and grow your business, okay, as a mortgage pro. Or if you know a friend who could use something like this, tag them and tell them about this website and help them grow their business, all right? Other than that, you guys, thank you so much for coming on here. Peace, love, and chicken grease, and I will see you next week. Bye.